Hi everyone, this is Garrison Farm Kingdoms at War, and I'm here to show you my Patchwork Slate Road, which is my newest little terrain item. I worked on various kinds of roads in the past, and the idea of this Patchwork Slate Road is that I wanted kind of a colorful, different style road than just a standard kind of cobblestone or dirt road. And the idea of the slate road is it's something that's very crude, and the stone sources are quarried from many different places, and therefore it has this very irregular appearance. And I just wanted the idea of this road that's very haphazard and thrown together and constantly being maintained and updated. And I wanted the idea that these slate pieces are constantly replaced, and so it has a very irregular look to it. So what I'm going to be doing is a quick tutorial on how to make these patchwork roads, and as you can see I've actually got multiple sections here. Alright, so straight pieces, corner pieces, longer pieces, short pieces. So I'm going to walk you through how to work on some of this patchwork road so you can make some for your own battlefields. So let's take a look at how to do it. Hi everyone, so this is Garrison back, and I'm going to walk you through how to make some of those patchwork slate roads. First thing I want to show you some of the pieces that were in the opening video. So these are some different sections of road that I've made. This is a standard straight piece. And I want to point out that basically what you got here is matting board or heavy cardboard for the base of your terrain. Okay, I've got some pieces of cardboard and matting board, or heavy cardboard if you will, glued on to this. The banks are made out of caulking, which I'll show you later on. And then some little touches of static grass and some stones and so forth and so on. But basically when you make road sections, at least what I like to is, yeah, you can build a road into a terrain board, like a display board, but I like sections that you can, patch together, put together, and to remake your battlefield and make it a little differently every time. So I make different kinds. I have long, straight sections. I have, shorter sections. I have curves. So the whole thing kind of comes together. And so the important thing is when you decide to make road sections is you want them all to be kind of a standard size. So what I do is I get my matting board, which is like a heavy cardboard, and I figure out how wide I want them to be. And then I cut them down. And what I do is I make a line, hopefully you can see that, about like where I want the bank of the road to be, like some earthen mound on either side of the road, just to distinguish the edge of the terrain, and I draw that bank. And then I make a whole bunch of pieces like this of cardboard, and I line up those lines so I know the road sections will fit together well. Alright, now it's on to actually building the road, which is so incredibly easy. What we're going to do is you're going to get a whole bunch of cardboard from cereal boxes or snack boxes or whatever, or any kind of packaging. And then I like you could do it with just cardboard. I also like matting board because it's like a thick cardboard that for artist material. And then just gather it all up and cut them into all different rectangle shapes. All right, so you can see I've already cut up a bunch here. All right, into all different sorts of sizes. Just throw them in here. Probably if you're gonna make a whole bunch of road sections, you probably want more than this to work with. But you can cut them as you go. In fact, have a pair of scissors handy, because sometimes you'll need the kind of keystone in a piece that because you just don't have the right size with you. So then you want to do that and have the perfect size. So I've got my stones ready here. So what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to get some white glue. I'm always touting weld bond, but whatever. If weld bond's not your thing, then Elmer's, whatever, white glue, any white glue will do. But what you really want to do here is you want to get, I like an old paintbrush, to apply this glue. I've already put some glue in a cup, so it's ready to go. But you want to really saturate in between those lines. Like hopefully you can see where I've drawn these lines where the embankment are. If not, know that I'm not putting glue on the very edge because it's unnecessary. And I'm starting to saturate part of my board. Now, I like to have two different kinds of cardboard. I've got my skinny little cardboard and my thicker matting board, because I like the idea that this patchwork road is all irregular, and they've been quarrying stones from different sources over the years. And so I love the idea that some are going to be more sunken in because they've been more used, some are newer and they're not as deep. and so we've got some higher pieces. So I like the irregular depth as well as the irregular size. But what I'm basically doing is I am just eyeing it, finding some pieces that I like in my box of cardboard, and just piecing my road together. Now basically I have this concept of, I know the white piece isn't showing up very well there, but I have this concept of it's like 3 slate sections across. But you'll see if you look at some of my road sections that there is variety, like, so for example, here's 3 across, here's 3 across, but the widths are different. And then here's 2 little ones and a big one, and here's basically a big one and another big one. And so you want a really irregular pattern. So what I do as I go is I start to glue in these road pieces. Okay, and I'm leaving a gap between them because I'm going to put some grass and so forth, like growing in between them. And just kind of eye it and just come up. I could say come up with a pattern of your choosing, but in a way I don't want a pattern. I want it to look very irregular, like this road's fallen apart, over several, a couple hundred times over a couple hundred years, and they're always applying new pieces. Now what's happening is my cardboard's starting to come together on here, and I am going to continue to add my glue, but I'm going to stop here in a second after I've added a piece or two and show you something you can do that will make things easier later. Alright, so what you can do is, because you're going to want some like dirt effect in between these sections of road, is you can have your dirt mixture ready, which if you've seen in my videos, my favorite dirt mixture for texturing roads and bases and so forth is a kitty and sand mixture. In fact, here's my mess. Be right here. So what you can do is go ahead and sprinkle that in between the cardboard tiles because it's already going to be wet. Okay, and so you can go ahead and sprinkle that in between as you go. Okay, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get in between those tiles. It's hard to see, but you're going to get your dirt texture ready to go. So that's kind of the concept. So I'm going to continue with gluing my, putting my glue on here and putting my patchwork road together. Alright, so don't worry if you get a little glue or a little sand or whatever on top of some of your cardboard. Really not the end of the world. At the end of the day, what's going to happen is you can fix that in a lot of ways. You can fix it with static grass, or you can leave a little bit of sand, and the idea is that a little dirt and dust has been kicked up onto the road. Big deal. It's supposed to be a kind of a ramshackle effect. Perfect. All right, so that's kind of the idea. Now sometimes you'll get to a section where you look in your box of cardboard and you're looking at how you've put things together and you see, oh, I don't really have a piece that size. Okay, I don't have a piece that goes there. So what you do is you have your scissors handy and you simply kind of custom cut a piece, right, to go in there. So I'm going to cut a piece and I am going to just fill that empty spot right there with my custom slate tile. Alright, so that's the idea. So you just keep applying your stone and the wet glue, putting it in there. I want it to look irregular. I'm almost to the end of the road. See how fast this is? This is a really fast little project, but I think the results are really nice given the relatively small investment of time. I don't think you can beat it. So I just got one more piece to come in, to go in, and it is kind of an irregular shape again, so I'm going to custom cut a piece. Slide it in there. Okay, and there it is. I'm just going to go back to my dirt texture and just make sure it gets in those cracks.